Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Luna Noir. Okay, so I, sorry, my phone went off. Sorry, so I am continuing with Higurashi Umineko because I only reviewed the first 5 episodes. Yeah, the first 5 episodes. So now it's episode 6 through 11, or in other words, um, part part two, 1 through 7. I don't know why they decided to cut it up like that, but I guess it's like following different arcs in the manga maybe. Because I remember all the other Higurashis had things like that too. So yeah. Alright, so the second part of this, or the second round of this game, reveals a little bit more about Shannon and George's like secret relationship. They actually kind of went out on a date, and she um, confided in Jessica that she was in love with George, and the same thing happened vice versa with Jessica telling Shannon that she was in love with Kanon. Um, so uh, Shannon was approached by Beatrice with a bit of a deal. Um, Apparently, on one of the cliffs that's like on the reef by the port, I guess, on the island, there was a shrine on top of one of the hills. So Beatrice told Shannon that all she had to do to be able to be with George forever was to smash the mirror inside the small shrine, which is what she did, which was pretty stupid. Um, uh, Jessica managed to convince Kanon to come to her school for her annual school festival, which he did. And I guess she was about to reveal her feelings to him, but he flat out rejected her because he sees himself as furniture and they're not allowed to have feelings or have any other high goals for their life because that's all they'll ever be. Um, George's mother, Ava, taunted Shannon about the fact that George had an arranged marriage interview and that Shannon and him are like from two separate worlds and can never be together, which I find pretty terrible because, well, I can't say it's the 21st century. I mean, this takes place in 1864, I believe. I think. I forget. I'm sorry. I kind of hit my head today at work, so my memory's scattered. Anyway, so, um, another thing about this part, something I still find hilarious. Just like the first part, this part also has Maria watching bits and pieces from the Higurashi universe. So basically, like all the episodes from Higurashi ni Kai, right? Like it's all you see her watching the episodes, and it's like funny because the whole thing takes place kind of in the same universe, just like somewhere different. Um, we also see that not only is Battler in the physical realm alive and kicking, but he's also in the meta world, or what I wanted to call it, the ethereal world, because with his this part also like shows him with Beatrice and their little battle, um, truth, like logic against magic and everything. Like he's still holding on to the thoughts that Beatrice isn't a witch, magic is fake, and the way these crimes were being committed, all these murders, was just something sick and twisted. So to make sure that she's telling him the truth, and to make sure that he knows that she's telling him the truth, Beatrice made the condition that every time she speaks the truth, it'll be highlighted in red. Um, So she basically drives Battler crazy with all the closed doors murders, because like the servants have keys and the family members have keys to their respective rooms, and there are like no duplicates, and there are like only a couple of master keys. but like there's no way the servants would be able to get through the door unless they were already there or was already locked. And this person is not in a room, there's no way they could get into the room if the room's already locked or they didn't have their master key. I'm sorry, I just confused myself. Now I know about how bad it feels against Beatrice because she just puts his brain in the blender and ruins him. I'm sorry. We also see Beatrice in the physical world too as an anonymous important guest, which is something I didn't expect to see, kind of. So more of a truth is that for those of you who haven't seen it, like when you see it, you're probably going to be slightly disgusted. Rosa, the youngest daughter in the Ushinomiya family, she's a terrible mother to her daughter Maria. Like, she makes everything about her. Maria accepts candy from a stranger. She yells at her and takes it. Maria keeps talking about Beatrice. She yells at her and tells her to stop. Not only that, she slaps her daughter multiple times and often in front of other people. She often gets really, really pissed off though at the fact that her daughter just goes ooh, ooh all the time when she's like excited or upset. But that's just her. And I think the only reason why she acts so childish despite being 9 years old is, well, as revealed in at the end, like episode 11, Rosa doesn't have a prominent being figure in her daughter's life. Like, literally, Maria said that she regretted being born, that she was sorry for being born because her mother thought she was in the way, because her mother always went off for like a couple of days on end with other men or brought men to the house. So basically her mom is basically sleeping around. Rosa is basically sleeping around and not having any prominent figure, authority figure being in her daughter's life. So that's why her daughter acts the way she does. If she gets herself together, stops sleeping around, and actually tries being her daughter's life and tries to understand why she does some of the things she does or says some of the things she says, then maybe Maria would grow up to be a little bit of a little bit more mature. I mean, at 9 years old, everyone acts childish at 9 years old. Come on, that's to be expected of us. But seriously, scolding, just because you come from like a rich family and your daughter is not acting the way you want her to act, you don't have to slap her multiple times and then feel sorry for yourself for doing it, and then crush the candy you bought her, and leave her outside, and then go get her when you realize a typhoon is coming. What kind of mother? Never mind. Let me not go there because this just triggered me so hard right there. I'm sorry. So Beatrice is actually physically seen by other people. In fact, she was actually seen before the first death. George's parents, Jessica's parents, and Battler's parents all saw Beatrice in the chapel and acknowledged that she was a witch. Their bodies were found the next morning, their stomachs gutted out, and candies, cakes, and cookies stuck inside. That was not censored. The version I saw, I think I looked up videos of the deaths just to spoil it for myself so I wouldn't be too surprised. The version I saw was censored, but what I just saw, like when I was actually watching the full episode, was not censored. Oh my god. What sucks is that I was eating a piece of cheesecake when I saw it. I don't think I'll be eating sweets for a little while. Also, we saw some of the gold bars that are supposedly hidden around everywhere. We also get to see what the stakes are that we see that we see that killed various characters. According to Beatrice, they're the seven stakes of purgatory, which are pretty much named, I think, after different incarnations of the devil. Because one is called Satan, one's called Beelzebub, and I can't remember the last one's name, but I think we only saw like three out of the seven. They had physical forms, and they're all girls. They're all girls, I guess. But yeah, they all have physical forms, and they're named after. They're like other names, like named after the seven deadly sins. So I think one was wrath, one was lust, and I can't remember what the last one was. Um, it was a lot. We also see Beatrice's goat servants, which severely scared me. Um, Sadly, Kanon and Jessica were killed by two of the stakes. Like, Jessica died protecting Kanon from being stabbed in the back, and of course, again, Kanon was stabbed in the chest. Nanjo and Kumasawa, one of the doctor and the elderly woman, were killed by a fake version of Kanon that was conjured by Beatrice after she made his actual body disappear using magic. And their bodies were moved outside, and they were found with a stake in the leg and the knee. Goda, another butler, was helping uh, George and Shannon get a mirror that belonged to George's late mother. Wait, either George's late mother or Battler's late mother. Like, I looked away for 2 seconds and I missed the name, and I couldn't go back because then it would like restart the whole episode over. The side I was walking on. Goda was strangled by one of the stake of the Beelzebub, one of the stakes of purgatory. Shannon put up a force field to protect her and George. That's something I didn't expect. Shannon and Kanon have abilities like the goat servants had like these blades on their arms, and Kanon had the same kind on his arm, and Shannon could produce a force field. Sadly, Shannon and George were also killed by two more of the stakes of purgatory. I'm sorry, yeah, I'm right. We saw like five. Two more of the stakes of purgatory. One hit Shannon in the head, the other one like went right through George's chest. Because of everything that was going on, Rosa started getting suspicious of everyone. So she was like, come on, kind of only looking out for herself and Maria. So they went back to the chapel and like got a gold bar so that they could like leave the island and live a comfortable life. Because basically it's 10 tons of gold, which according to everyone is like equal to $2 billion or 2 billion yen, which is a lot. Battler was taken by Genji to see Beatrice and get the truth of how all this stuff was being done, like how all the murders happened and everything. She stripped him down naked and put a collar on him and walked him like a dog. I felt bad for him. So he basically surrendered to her. Kindo, the family head, wanted Beatrice to take him to Golden Land, which was also the same thing Mario wanted, but they don't exactly explain exactly what completely that is. So I guess I'll have to read the manga more, because I started reading the manga, so I have to like read further into the manga to see what that means and probably play the game too. Kindo and Battler were torn apart and eaten by the goat servants. Rosa and Maria almost got away, but they got surrounded by the goat servants and were killed by them. So in Purgatory, Rosa is being tortured by Beatrice by being fed a feast, which was basically comprised of her siblings' various body parts. Kraus, the oldest, it was his blood as like a wine. Supposedly by Beatrice, she put him through a crushing process or whatever, and extracted his blood that way. Oh, can't imagine that. She had a salad with Ava's tongue. Mm. A sea bass pie, which was wrapped in, I guess, the third the third sibling, Rudolph's face. Oh my god. I'm happy they didn't show her eating it. I wouldn't be able to handle it. Oh my god. And then sadly for the dessert was her daughter's head on a platter as a pie. And it was talking. That's how he found out that Rose has been going off and sleeping with various men. That disturbed the crap out of me. Oh my god. But what disturbed me more was the fact that Mario was telling her mother to eat her because she's a delicious pie, and then Battler, having not completely given up his fight with Beatrice, appears and told Maria's head, "You're like 10 years too young to be telling anyone to eat you, but in 10 years will you actually do the same thing?" And she was like, "Okay." I can't get into this enough. I'm sorry. It's just a lot to process, and of course I'm spoiling the deaths so that those of you who like can't handle it will probably know. You won't know. I don't remember like all the episodes where the deaths occurred because like it's like one or two like almost every episode for this section. But like if you want, like if you can't handle it, then I guess skip over it. If you can handle it, go for it. The site I watch it on is called ryuanime.com. If you want to see, I'll leave the link down below. That's where I basically watch a lot of my anime. Unless it's not there, then I'll switch to another site. And I'll put like all the sites, basically, yeah, all the sites I use. I'll put the description. I'll put the links in the description down below. Okay. So that's this section. Before I left to run some errands, I took a peek at episode 12 opening, and it's not Beatrice. It looks like someone else. I don't know who, but I hope. I don't get to see the opening before I left, so I hope I get to like. I'm gonna watch that now and see who it is, so I can know who this part pertains to. So next is episode 12, which is like part 3-1. So yeah, leave your comments down below, like this video, subscribe for more content, and please tell me if my videos are too long. I mean, it's a lot to cover, yes, but it's kind of worth it for me. I'm still new at this, people, so please don't be too cruel with me. If my videos are too long, I promise I'll try shortening them as much as I possibly can without cutting out too many key details, alright? So, like I said, leave your comments down below, subscribe for more content, and I'll see you all in the next video. Luna out.